Guys, welcome back to the show here at FMS. Morocco are champions of Africa. After 2 months, they lost the final to Senegal. There's a huge plot twist in this whole AFCON tournament. The last one that Morocco hosted in January or in December last year and ended in January this year. CAF Appeals Committee has decided to award the title to Morocco. After Senegal, they walked off the pitch for about 15 minutes, came back, resumed the play. Morocco had a penalty. They scored, or they missed it. Senegal went on to score the final goal and they won a title. I mean, they were given the trophy, medals, everything. The ceremony was beautiful. 2 months later, CAF's Appeals Committee has decided to award the trophy to Morocco and declare that Senegal forfeited the final because of their walk-off, which lasted for about 15 minutes. And this has sparked a lot of debates, a lot of backlash across the globe. And it's very, very bizarre. So here on the show on FMS, we're going to discuss that. Who do you regard as the AFCON champions? Is it Morocco or Senegal? So I have my guys here, Lakum, and then a man who is just joining.
Yep.
Albert, Charlie, everything cool?
Yeah, everything good by God's grace.
Good to see you all.
Yep. Good to see you too.
Charlie, we woke up to, in fact, last night.
Yeah.
Last night, after the Champions League drama, no. Charlie, but Chelsea, they make like you. Cannot we are so gum. So.
You don't
But then the Blues will take their bite. But after that game, I wanted to sleep, and then I saw this thing trending on social media that Morocco are champions. Like it was so. It was like you wake up and you hear that there's tsunami coming. Like it's something you don't expect to happen.
Yeah.
You don't expect to happen, and it's so disgusting to hear. But yeah, that is the decision from CAF. I'm going to read the statement they released yesterday, so that we all get the idea and the reason behind their decision to award Morocco as the champions of the AFCON that was played in December and January this year. So CAF's appeal board decided that in application of Article 84 of the regulations of the African Cup of Nations, the Senegal national team is declared to have forfeited the final match of the AFCON Morocco 2025, with the result of the match being recorded as 3-0 in favor of the Federation Royale Moroccan de Football. So CAF decided today that in application of Article 84 of the regulations of the African Cup of Nations, the Senegal national team is declared to have forfeited the final match of the competition, with the result of the match being recorded as 3-0 in favor of the Morocco team. On the appeal by the Morocco Federation regarding the application of Articles 82 and 84 of the regulations of the CAF African Cup of Nations, the CAF Appeal Board made the following rulings. The appeal lodged by Morocco is declared admissible in form, and the appeal is upheld. The CAF disciplinary board decision is set aside. Now, before I continue, after the final, we know that there were a lot of decisions that were made, including the
final.
the bans and the fines to the Senegal national team and all of that. So we'll come to all of that because we know that some of the decisions that were made have been changed. For example, the ban on this Morocco guy, Saibani, has been reduced from 3-match ban to 2-match ban. In fact, some of the fines on Morocco have also been reviewed and reduced. I'm not sure of the Senegal one, but we'll get to that. So let me continue with the statement. So the disciplinary board decision, those who fine the national teams and even rejected Morocco's appeal to strip off the trophy from Senegal. They are the CAF disciplinary board.
Okay.
And so the appeals board, when you go to them and you appeal to them, they will then change the decision. So that is what has happened today. Now, CAF appeal board further finds that the conduct of the Senegal national team falls within the scope of Articles 82 and 84 of the regulations of the AFCON, the protest lodged by the Morocco Federation is upheld. It is declared that Federation Senegal, the football, through the conduct of its team, infringed Article 82 of the regulations of AFCON in application of Article 84 of the regulations of the AFCON. The Senegal team is declared to have forfeited the match, with a result recorded as 3-0 in favor of Royal Morocco national team. All other motions or prayers for relief are dismissed. I don't know what that means though. The CAF appeal board is also ruled that the appeal lodged in respect of Mr. Ismail Sabari, so that's the player. Player number 11 of Morocco national team is partially upheld. The board confirms the finding that Mr. Ismail Sabari of Morocco national team committed misconduct in violation of Articles 82 and 83 of the CAF disciplinary code. The sanction imposed on Sabari to a suspension, or is amended to a suspension of 2 official matches, which is CAF matches, of which one is suspended. So originally it was 3, and then one has been suspended, so it means he's serving 2. The fine of $100,000 US imposed on Sabari is set aside. That's interesting. The appeal lodged in respect of the ball boys incident is partially upheld, and the board confirms the finding that the Federation of Morocco is responsible for the conduct of the ball boys during the aforementioned match. The fine imposed on the Federation in respect of the ball boys incident is reduced to $50,000. And then the appeal lodged in respect of the interference around the VR review area is dismissed. The fine, which is $100,000, imposed on the Federation in respect to the interference around the VAR area, is also confirmed. And also the fine has been on the laser incident. The lasers the fans were using by the Moroccans is reduced to $10,000. All other motions or prayers for relief are dismissed. So that is a statement from CAF Appeal Board yesterday we released. And the main issue is the Morocco being champions now, because they lost the final 2 months ago. Yeah. The ceremony was done. Senegal were giving their awards, players giving their medals, and this is so bizarre to see. Let me also read the Senegal statement they released. After this, they are heading to CAS, Confederation of African Football, the highest court in sports, to also get a decision from CAS. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, I have the statement here, and let me start from. Okay, it says the Senegal Football Federation has taken note today the notification of the decision rendered on March 17th, 2026 by the Appeals Board of CAF in case, the case number. This procedure follows the complaint filed during the match number 52 of the AFCON. Let me skip to the next paragraph. By the decision, the CAF Appeals Board declared the appeal of the Royal Football Federation of Morocco admissible and accepted it. In doing so, the body overturned the decision that had been rendered by the CAF Disciplinary Board on the grounds that the applicant's right to be heard had not been respected during the initial. Okay. Let me skip to where they say they are. Okay, the Senegal Football Federation denounces this unfair, unprecedented, and unacceptable decision which discredits African football. To defend its rights and the interests of Senegalese football, the Federation will initiate an appeal as soon as possible before the Court of Arbitration of Sport in Lausanne, which is in Switzerland. So that's from Senegal. Charlie, a whole lot of things happening. So who do you regard as the AFCON champions?
Well, before yesterday it was Senegal, but CAF now has said.
I've seen people say that in CAF's book, it is Morocco now, but the street
Good.
will
So
never accept.
we believe that so far as you give the trophy, you give the awards to Senegal on the night of the final, that's when we get to declare the champion in a particular tournament. And after this communique came, Alhaji Mamadou Diouf, he said the trophy is won on the pitch, not via email. Yes. So it's clear that Senegal, they had something to do and they did it and they were able to win. But you see, this whole incident, Prince, when the whole incident happened and we were having a conversation about what Senegal did on the night, I said that approach, that decision, the idea of leaving the pitch for the dressing room was wrong. I never supported the fact that Morocco should do certain things that will provoke them to leave the pitch. No, whatever thing the Moroccan national team and their fans and their ball boys were doing was wrong. But in a professional game, in a professional tournament that's organized by a federation, it's not right to leave the pitch with your coach and the players out of the pitch in the dressing room. It's never right. And I thought they should have known better. But people also argue that sometimes you need to rise, sometimes you need to speak up, because these North Africans, these people who have been tormenting the blacks in the western part of Africa for long, they don't respect us, they don't value us. They feel like because of our skin color, they can do whatever thing they want for us. And you see, now they are privileged and they have an upper hand because Morocco we are talking about, when we talk of African countries with good infrastructure, it's Morocco we are talking about. For the past 5 years, 90% of the tournaments we've played in Africa has been played in Morocco. So, and just recently, they decided to withdraw from hosting the Women's AFCON. And then CAF had to suspend that particular tournament.
They've not really withdrawn though.
Oh, they said they didn't want this. A lot of complaints and other things. So CAF had to suspend that particular AFCON, right?
Yeah.
Now, with the decision that CAF came up with, it has brought certain sort of thinking in our part of the world, with the western part of Africa, the blacks, the western, and then the other part, the blacks, and then in the Europeans. Before this AFCON, I mean, what was the image of the African Cup of Nations? Was the African Cup of Nations valued as compared to the Euros and the Copa America? People were raising concerns. People were talking about the AFCON even being played in mid-season. They were not considering the weather, our conditions here. They thought everything should be aligned to their calendar. Everything should be done because a lot of our players play in their league, so it should be aligned to their calendar. So they had those things. I mean, they were saying all sorts of things against the Africa Cup of Nations. We saw Jimmy Carragher saying the Africa Cup of Nations is a smaller tournament and even it shouldn't be regarded in world's recognized awards. That's what Jimmy Carragher said. Yeah. And now we've taken this decision. And AFCON we went to play 2025, 2020. The AFCON was played in 2026, 2025, 2026, and we had a team that their ball boys had to go and be picking the goalkeeper's towel, doing all sorts of things, barbaric attitudes on the pitch. And then one team decided not to play again. They felt they were robbed. They felt they were being cheated. So they left the pitch, went to the dressing room. That conversation came in. At the end, they came to the pitch and they played and they won the trophy. For us to go 2 months later or months and a few weeks later, CAF will bring out a communique that after investigation, after everything, they've realized that the Article 82, 83, and 84 of their regulations says if a team leaves the pitch for some minutes, the game is going to be forfeited, and the team on the pitch, the team that left will lose by 3-0. I asked myself, when Senegal went to the dressing room and they returned, was people in charge of handling the game? Do you have people in the pitch at the stadium in charge of handling the game?
When Senegal left to the dressing room?
The dressing room and they came back to play.
The play resumed. The referee was in charge. Everything continued.
The CAF president was there, right?
He was there.
All the CAF officials were there, right? Yeah. They allowed the game to be played.
Yes.
Is it that after the African Cup of Nations that they came up with these regulations, or they were there before the AFCON?
The regulation has been there since.
Okay, so
if you want me to read it to you.
Hold on, I'm coming. We read the regulations. Okay. So if the regulations has been there someone is in charge of those regulations, right? Yeah, the CAF has its legal
CAF
team.
approved regulations for the tournament.
Exactly. So these regulations were there. And all the teams read these regulations before the tournament started. Good. You are at the stadium. The players left the pitch. They returned. The officials, the match officials, referee, accepted Senegal to be back. He resumed play. Senegal went on to play the whole of extra time. They scored. You handed the trophy to them. You didn't know that this regulation was there. Now that Senegal has gone home, they've celebrated, they've done their mass parade, they've done whatever thing they have to do. Now that you are coming to tell us that these regulations, according to these regulations, they don't deserve to be given the trophy. What are you telling me? Are we serious are we serious on our part of them? Are we serious? No.
They're not in this country, but this continent.
This continent. Are we serious in this continent? We are not serious. And you see, always we are creating room for these people who always doubt us to get issues to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe the rule, according to the rule, if you read the rule carefully and understand it, the decision is right. Mm-hmm. But why did you allow play to continue to resume?
So it is right when what you say comes to play. If you allow the game to flow, and I'll also come to another rule here, the IFAB rule.
The rule never.
What do you mean?
That is it.
There are rules and regulations that governs football.
Yes.
Across the globe. IFAB rule says, I think rule 5, I'll confirm it, that if the referee closes the game, the final result declared by the referee can never be changed. It should never be changed. Nothing can change it.
So that's why I said if
they had stopped the game and the referee, and I'm not sure the referee wrote that in his report. I don't know, but how do you go to CAF and say, or your boss and say that this team worked out 15 minutes and you didn't stop the game?
You didn't end the game.
Because by walking off the pitch and staying for 15 minutes, they've broken the big rule.
So you end the game at that time.
So that is why what you're saying is.
So that's why I'm saying. Right. That's why I'm saying that if this rule, the rule they stated here is not wrong.
It's clear.
It's clear. The moment you allow play to continue and you end the game, and now you are coming back to tell us that this rule, you are not coming to implement this rule. Yeah. You are not coming to apply this rule in the game. That means you don't know what you are doing.
Yeah.
That means you don't know what you are doing. And you see, football is not a clean game. That one, we agree. Football is never a clean game. There are mafia things in the game we all support. But you see, the way we are doing now is very ugly. So bad. The way we are doing now is very bad. Because then if what they just said is going to be applied, we are going to see the trophy awarded to Morocco. Then any of the members at the CAF, any of them, all of them, they are incompetent. All of them. I'm not singling out anybody. They are all incompetent.
But this one, in the defense of the people you are talking about, they will say this decision is from the appeals committee. The appeals committee is made up of its own members and they have their president. Mm-hmm. The Patrice Motsepe is not in charge of that. He is in charge of the overall running of the confederation. No, he doesn't need to approve that decision. Okay. I get your argument that whether Patrice Motsepe likes it or not, he's the head of CAF. So everything about CAF
is a CAF competition here, boy.
But
and Marco appeal into me CAF so be hum bi ansa na the
something they will get
CAF does not do these rules.
This woman
CAF president
on him rules way.
Well, he has to be.
But who assigned these referees to officiate game? Is it the appeals committee or
so
CAF?
it's not the president or the how do you say it? The people leading the CAF. They have their own bodies around it.
In investigation, Eddie Ombekwa koje a certain I don't know how to put it. Ombekwa a certain
document
from CAF because of the referee report on the man. Some of the could not squawk no. That they have an interaction with the CAF, and some of them could take this kind of decisions. They are CAF away.
And Prince, you see, the reason I said they are incompetent is because you know the rules, right? You appointed referees. If not Patrice Motsepe, is carved that appoints the referees for the matches, right?
Yeah.
Good. So if referees does not know this rule and they sit there, allow this to happen on the night, and they are come to tell me that they are not responsible for this particular judgment, they're not responsible for this particular decision, then that means one, you appointed incompetent people to officiate the games. That means they don't know what they are doing.
But I mean, yes, even if they didn't appoint incompetent referees, the referee, whether he made a mistake or not, it is final. You can't change it. You can't change the outcome of a game in a courtroom. I mean, I've never seen this before. Say this result. I mean, in games when there's clear mistakes from referees, or even if they are deliberate and it affects the outcome of a game. The worst that can happen is that the referee will get a ban.
A ban. That is it.
Nothing will change the result.
That is. I've never seen that before. Hey, Africa is missing a record.
Africa penalty. Africa penalty. This will happen. It's Charlie.
Remember,
bro.
I say issue though. My bro flies in it too much.
They can.
And if the way I'm kind of pedestal.
But
As a mushuga go to be. I don't really like it that way. This is the worst decision that I've seen in my life since I started watching football. The worst. You see, football rules to instill discipline. No doubt about that one.
Yeah.
You see, this may be the wrong or right precedent in African football based on your perspective. But me, baby, I'm teaching we are wrong precedent for African football. Man for Pina Beka this is the right decision to make because rules are set to instill discipline. Into decision we now on my it will help to instill discipline in our games because after say about finally we you be a podcast. I said this. Say proud to the start and to the later part of the tournament. Now can you ever bought this tournament about as one of the best tournaments here? But the we are saying fine and the bear and SL out the bad news for African football.
Yeah.
And now me accept it the Senegal team the but and one how into Becca said the Senegal team here and who beba for people to know say there are rules governing this. It's the next time not buy you need to do your best to be disciplined on the field of play. Say the buy and sell African football this way. I accept that. And I made the entire maker say more bro flies at the end say I accept. Say Article 82 and Article 84 of your rule ni say bobo na say a team be free park and so without the referee and the catcher so free swa. E hono na immediately forfeit game no they give you points and more pitching so. That is the rule. Rule ni say that here. It me big question and person busa na say that time no rule ni nyaduma say the na bet ne kanana. And as that time no rule enyam famai. If say rule ne wo honom sa match ne bo na it is governed by that rule na I didn't man take this kind of decision immediately. Na mama ya bopo na wie. I did for about 1 month or 2 months. And I feel I'm did this kind of decision ever. Mm-hmm. In this way, I sell African football to other aspect of the other continents badly because
already is bad.
Already bad e be chance you win some Jimmy Carragher mo kai. And after the final no omo ka say ampan de kan na no kro because final ampan na mo yesi. And no cross sell bad dada. You wie you smart 2 months. You prepare on. Na masa this kind of decision asaba. And when African football enyi trust me enyi because you see say the na abete kana ni nyina will be dependent on the leaders ayo because me ni say if say musi rule we na mu gina so and I'm there making this kind of decision them rule no kura mu ndisu because rule ni kire say immediately I was taking into consideration of what the rule says na mo fanya adwuma yempon game come upon game na ehonum na be say ampa take right precedent because this is not a right precedent. This is not the right. I didn't see. I didn't say immediately. Clear near ye. I want to be able to say I'm indiscipline. Me ya immediately. Be take effect on me. Near ye judgment will be able to say. I want to cry a bit to me. You see, and never way a sipping. And you will think about BC in 1920 Olympic final. Belgium and Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia for say referee ni boni. Enunti born omo walk off the field. Immediately I'm for 50 game no e win my bad job. Ethiopia and Botswana 2014 I walk up I can I say qualifies similar incident. Yeah for 50 game you incident I for 50 game but any this kind of incident there see baby Pina be we say omo use an unqualified player na for 50 game na come obi after the match be see abo match na wie obi a share ya pon match no say the article 82 there say o free park and so I was here for 50 game no na that time o free park na man for 50 game no asa me aba field no so aba boni bio ama team a win match na we I was article 82 no fe na aba ya adwuma sa time na see dey nya adwuma na sa time na see no na article 82 no enimo na mon kenkan na anase na omunim afa na makọ bia ombu kuma say article 82 bi o ba bia yes say team free park na so I was here for 50 game the win ma the other team afi no ba be hu ana ana rule no afi na ye timamufo no ya ga twara go shem zezi ana ana say magic na ba be wura zezi African football ne dey for internet most people don't like talking about African football. This is the kind of issue because intimable we for cap mobi and money ba kono nkwaji na nwi na me kan say article 82 ball no ya ball no field no so wi me did say rules eba football to instill discipline be massa we need the field no so there be born ya bobo na wi ya show modern more from ya show ya wi enti cap na ko Morocco for on jubilate ana
yesterday
they don't deserve it.
Yesterday I saw videos on Twitter. They were jubilating.
They don't
maybe old videos no man for posting but the page that posted it is a credible page.
I saw Ibrahim there yesterday after the match. Obi catch it no easy. I'm going to say penalty.
Ibrahim Diaz.
And you see, and that is it. Obeyed na waniaji.
How do you celebrate this win?
It's the best from Marco back now.
Have you seen the?
And you deserve. You don't.
Have you seen the Senegalese players? They've started posting their medals, the trophy on social media.
African football there.
Create a new trophy for them. Maybe they'll just go and manufacture a new trophy and give it to Morocco.
Now,
but if I'm Senegal, I'll never turn this up, and that is why they're even going to cast.
And now, Sema, these Europeans and South America for a comfort this our tournament now. You as our biggest tournament, you know. You say no, I'm downplaying a bear from cry. I say no, can you say no cry? I'm a boy. I say more cafe when you no cry. And it be now African young person better than Ukraine. Jimmy Carragher.
No, you see, for the Carragher one, I think they were for different reasons. But we no cry. More. I'm not sure. Say Carragher had this in mind. Say this is the reasons was.
African football,
yeah, naturally, he just had that mentality that it's not a credible tournament. But at the idea, a man more with. You see that this is why how I see it. That day, if you look at the whole scenario, what was happening, everybody on a continent from the top to down, from Masipo himself, even sitting down there with FIFA presidents beside him, he was scared of what was coming. So they were just running away from this the calamity. But at the end of the day, Asaba too. Because
you act on the 9th.
Yes, the referee was so damp on the day that if Senegal are walking off the pitch,
you see,
it took 15 minutes to.
And
that is enough for you to to react.
Me, I disagree with some more put blames on referee. African football need you come on. Maybe the referee knew said this is the kind of decision I need to take at that point in time. Empenifo bi say wo chuku me
We all know that there were phone calls that were made.
Yes.
Phone calls that
you see
this former player, what's his name? Is it Sisi?
Yes, Sisi need of was making calls.
On the phone. Yeah. And there are reports that even the president of Senegal, they make kiss a call. We don't know that is true, but
definitely. The situation na referee fan one maybe then you say them make can say but me gi dey pi say ba ye continent is how e nyoma e do this kind of situation na and would this is now be taking is not basically on rules now we know as a referee.
Okay, then I think we have a very long way to go.
And no make say you know.
That then I think if based on what you are saying,
yeah.
Emisu was arguing say bet my sir, but I don't want to bring it to this context because I don't have enough evidence.
Okay.
But say what who referee? What question on mama will be taking decision at the end of the day. Now acquire some bad these implications are bread. Yeah, then that means you should believe because
this is now.
And then that means you don't know what you are doing. In the other you perform you can was say no.
Regardless of whatever you are saying, the referee is in charge of that particular game. Nobody. Maybe in the match commissioner and any boss or match or pitch.
Okay, you see, me name this rule any nipo beti me. Ama the decision that take place immediately on the field of play. Say this kind of situation is here is decision basically based on referee, no, and then taking this because of the and then the referee no kwana say blame
who
the match is supervised.
Omina decide on the
supervised by the match commission. Referee determine the outcome of the game. Or he reports to the match commissioner. And now you have the power of the game. You are officiating a game that one team are walking off. At the 15 minutes, even probably more than that. So what it's your first action? Obi name the rules of the game is that call of the game. Call of the game. But on the day, everybody was trying to save the situation.
And the thing is that
because
a problem.
Yes, because imagine a final of an AFCON. I call it off match. No, one team so mobium or call until winner. No, it will be determined by the rule, not by the field.
Yeah.
Then one has
you see, and I did not.
If you fail to,
I bet it can't assemble about. So at the point, was a man for Pina was having this argument say. The Senegal for an arrest statement to the northern part of for Africa. Say how are or more dampen some under 80 years in Africa. Now you stand, but now maybe because now we stand a chance to tell them say a do baby and she bet must stand on our own fight. But fight. What is a football? Your rules are still discipline. Now so at the point in time, if you have a rule to back the Okana, then there's no need for you to work out.
So into Morocco for that, and that is why if I see them as shameless. Because some if they found a way, if they found a way to go for an appeal, I didn't think at that time now because they knew the rule, they should have triggered that at that point in time and say they fucked off the pitch. You are the referee, you know the rule. Call of the game.
I remember last year, the Champions League. Julian Alvarez had a double kick. On the day na and I'm Mbappe ko contact the referee say what about you two
because when you say one call referee so man sad na after the game nothing will change and nothing must change.
No results it is determined on the foot you bo we are results
into why should CAF rewrite their own rule and this is so bad and I've seen people say that and I have people are making arguments for them that technically, but if you go by the letter of the law, it makes sense. Even with the law, they are still wrong. They are still writing wrong.
And the Western African part, we having that argument say you're standing on our own. Yet must stand there. The end was useless. Because the Senegal for end was useless.
No, the Senegal for end clearly they as a mutumra, but
they made their emotions and their feeling on the
football is not about emotions.
You react. But Morocco no have a asabo penalty into penalty no mobile and come over pack.
Good, it is a Brahim Diashe penalty. And Morocco calls to G.
My Brahim Diashe penalty. and Senegal. Okay, so Senegal cross still almost here.
And it's a Brian Dash penalty no.
Yeah, can
Morocco G way.
And the guy and the rule cover.
No, omunko appeals committee. Omunko, omaje dem pay. Whatever they are doing is to get a trophy. And omonya trophy no.
And yeah, kaka ni nyina. Whatever thing we are saying here all boils down to the fact that Morocco for yensa obiansa shenanum African football yensa shenanum.
And that is where we are coming to. Because see, the rules now ruling now mekain. I didn't see a statement that said the fine given to Senegal.
Yes,
because you know that they were fined.
Yes.
They should have scrapped the fine.
So much when the anya
So oje trophy ne fini say man. Yeah, because Simrana wa has you. I don't know whether there's no. Okay, let me read the article 82.
Okay.
If for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leaves the ground before the regular end of the match without the authorization of a referee, it shall be considered loser and shall be eliminated for good from the current competition. The same shall apply for the teams previously disqualified by the CAF by decision of CAF. There's no rule that states that you will be fined. It is a funny country. Not say what the main effect of the rule. I bet it's an outcome of the game. What Jeff is man. Then the fines it should have been altered, just like the Morocco one was did. But because Morocco went to make their appeal and Omoni went to fight for their case, they ruled on that and they rejected the other rules that will also affect Morocco, Senegal.
So I think we should wait for. I mean Senegal for say more CAS.
CAS uncle CAF. Into CAF now will make his decision. Why that decision? Because why also the trophy nothing.
Yeah.
But the first place now trophy na engine film there was a fine that they had to pay. It is a OG trophy now. You have to scrap that ruling now. A bit demand the fine if you
Yeah, because
you have to scrap it.
Yes. Me say me baby on the corner say gonna on me say the rule about say cap no South Senegal for because
oh yes
they don't
have any basis.
Because to say a whole thing to stand on
Any basis.
you be be hold water because rule no immediate and a twem one man there's no need for one for fitting on your boy we have no for fitting
and Charlie
na for fitting na say for fit at say omo tiase na come
fit a match yampo
na match yampo so for fit baby na wom you come refi
so in English
omo sante bro for Africa there
I say for
fit me come man can bro for no bo
refi na ya show we say for match
for fitting match yampo
so according to the rule the laws hold on
because
so for who so
can two never can for no
82 no
82
okay so if for any reason whatsoever a team withdraws from the competition or does not report for a match or refuses to play or leaves the grounds before the regular end of the match without the authorization of the referee it shall be considered loser and shall be eliminated for good from the competition. The same applies to the so may come maybe have good.
For free,
83.
No,
83. Or see, the team that shall not be present on the ground, dressed to play at the time fixed for kickoff, or at most 15 minutes later, shall forfeit the match. That's what they use. That means they are telling us that Senegal for 15 match, after some call for 15 minutes. In that
yeah, for 15 now. You say we no boy there.
Is that na musanto aso?
And uzo Kasim say omo free back na say and regular time na. In this case, omo free back must have me my bomb time ni nyina wie. They say they be na mujina so brofo no monte ana.
So CAF. You are avoiding disgrace, but this is more disgraceful. This is more disgraceful. And I know say media nobody can convince me say Adeomaye. There are nobody behind.
Pushing
Africa. Because I know that Morocco were pissed, like they were so angry. Said that host and winner on somewhere didn't happen. And secondly, they had won every possible tournament in their way. They are at 20. They wanted to add the AFCON. The pain is so much. And we know that the AFCON, women's AFCON was supposed to come off earlier this in fact this month.
This month.
But Morocco, they don't want to host it. That is true.
In the Africa, I'm pay the best man.
And so anyone will phone.
Oh no, for me, I'm from seven over go for
But I'm disappointed because he said in such a room.
This is African football that's Morocco.
Who is available to host?
You can say the background. I with my host.
African football me to me.
And that is the problem.
There's no. I think
South Africa or Egypt. South Africa
Oh, Algeria and Subeti.
But
Tunisia and Subeti.
But you can't give a host to a country 3 months to a tournament. It doesn't happen.
Senke Europe nation be jai.
Oh, you know they say.
DJ Africa na there's a problem
you need more time to plan and prepare. Say Morocco ne host here. I just a tournament in Yembo and I say
football
we'll postpone it.
A football in
That is
football image na say.
I'm not surprised that they've done this, but it's shocking. It's so shocking. But guys,
shocking.
Charlie, listen to this interesting story. This same CAF did a similar ruling in 2019. And I'm trying to... It was in the CAF Confederations... CAF... okay.
Europa League.
No, our Champions League.
Our Champions League.
So this is what happened. In 2019, CAF initially ordered Esperance de Tunis to retain their medals and trophy following the abandoned second leg of the CAF Champions League final against Wydad Casablanca. However, this decision was overturned by CAS, which ultimately declared Esperance as the champions. Now listen to what happened. In the second leg on 31st May 2019 at Reds Tunisia, Wydad Casablanca walked off the pitch after the equalizer was disallowed and they realized the VAR was more functioning. Now, after 95 minutes delay, the match was abandoned. Esperance leading 2-1 on aggregate was initially declared winners. And they did this by the CAF regulation. CAF intervention, this is what CAF did. Following pressure, CAF Executive Committee decided in June 2019 that the match should be replayed at a neutral venue, citing playing and security conditions were not met. Now, and then CAS overruled and said both clubs appealed to CAS. Okay, so both clubs appealed to CAS on 31st July 2019. CAS ruled that the CAF Executive Committee lacked the authority to order a replay, effectively annulling the decision. So CAF's decision was that they referred the matter back to CAF's disciplinary bodies, and CAF declared Esperance the winners, ruling that Wydad had abandoned the match and thus lost the return leg by forfeit. So Esperance was fined $50,000 for flares and missiles, and with another $20,000 fine for their president, while Wydad was fined $50,000 for the abandonment. In this case, Esperance walked off the pitch, and after that long delay, nobody came back to play the match.
Yeah.
And then you declared them. Okay, so Wydad walked off, and then you declared Esperance as the winners because the other opponent walked off.
Yeah.
But CAF managed to find a way and say that there was no how they say it, safety
And security.
playing and security conditions were not met. Something that had nothing to do
with security reasons.
with even their own fault, which was the VAR.
Yeah.
Because VAR nana inye jumana, and until that for the so boycott match, they didn't address that too. They found a way to say that there was no playing and security conditions met, and so they have to order a replay. Meanwhile, you don't have that authority to order a replay. The CAF, their decisions are always inconsistent. And Emma African football, I don't know where we'll go from here. I don't know how the world will view the AFCON. This year, no, you go AFCON. I mean, you are changing to that 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Even the next one that we play, we don't have a host for that one. We don't have a host. It's interesting. Charlie, I don't know what you think will happen.
This is a wrong precedent for African football. From now, Echo. I think say how are underrated, you know. You more underrated. You be underrated class and say the first normal underrated because yeah, and yama yon no more years, and they stand or they have every right. Say a dream of my fight yeah football will be an also my dream found because with this kind of divisions now you know, and this kind of never be see spread this kind of news to the world no. I think say boy football no, and it's about time I was say football near share near not this kind of
Because only the Nka he's taking things to on the right path.
Now the cry upon 2 months will be a crank and once a between moving on yes, I did say,
Charlie.
You'll be as so much for your fast and the girl for months as your mother movie. Oh, Africa, I'm not for Pinani interested in it, you know.
Charlie Yanka Champions League was
Bianco San result. Bianco San result, we are point Chelsea for
Chelsea film 8-2. Their biggest defeat in the Champions League time. Blues some ko remontada. Ogo wa remontada na okoji first half 2.
We are going Tadamori. Asana to go back.
You see,
hey, Rosenior. Don't know our church. You are down 3-0 then, right? What's he right?
On the scientist or church chemical reaction.
Now I don't know any intention. So.
Or church chemical reaction.
Yeah, Emma share one. Next time.
Next time I solve back on his action in beauty. Solving one to me.
Who say science shouldn't draw any attention.
Or church chemical.
Our throwing the project.
But Chelsea lost. Yes, Chelsea lost. But why are we making a big deal out of this? We're Chelsea better than PSG before the game. Though, did Chelsea have a good coach than PSG ahead of the game? Do right? So I was a bit surprised when they asked the Chelsea players that which team do they want to face in the Champions League, and they made mention of Barcelona and then PSG.
Satana,
Enzo Maresca.
I don't believe.
No, even with Enzo Maresca in this game, Chelsea would have still lost.
But can you see? Trust
But they would have lost the game. But they would have lost.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
But can I be sure?
Maybe.
You see,
Maybe. Maybe.
With this inconsistency we are talking about, even under Enzo Maresca, they were still inconsistent.
But in big games, you can trust Enzo Maresca.
They didn't win every big game.
But you can trust Enzo Maresca.
You can trust him.
Almost share Paris. Almost share
Liverpool. And Man U share mo, Man City share mo, Arsenal share mo. So the Enzo Maresca did not win any big game. So even Champions League final from yes, Chelsea went on the 9th day, but I don't see.
Where are you? Barca. Like this.
Man, this
Me because
Barca. Big game no man win bi.
Oh no, me because win big game. I said they didn't win every big game they played.
Yeah.
They won some, but they also lost some, right? So even with that, with Enzo Maresca, it would have been difficult. And then now Liam Rosenior. So if they've lost to Paris Saint-Germain, where Paris Saint-Germain, we all know Paris Saint-Germain is a better team. They have a team better than Chelsea. All departments. You are the midfield, but currently Chelsea have every better players in every department than Chelsea.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a Paris Saint-Germain Chelsea 8-2 on aggregator.
And your mama 8-2 and I will give one match in this.
It is the same way you can 8-2 na you can you dey what you.
Oh, general match.
First no.
About no covered.
2020 they took 7 from Bayern.
I'm so you 7 home. But I'm dey come match as will be home and away 7 I can was them.
But home and away
I'm G8 one match we give them G8. Eh, I'm some more pa.
That's the pa.
Oh, really?
So yes, Chelsea. I mean, it's a very bad results for them honestly. But the way I see, we need to say Liam Rosenior I think we should relax.
Yeah.
I just say relax here. Relax, kaka. It's not the level of Maresca.
Nice. But I have this thing I want to say. Why you talk? You do something.
I'll just see that the Chelsea team, they are not there.
Trust.
So it doesn't matter the.
No more sir.
It doesn't. Who?
No, say omo say the whole canon no.
Okay, come on, sir.
And
we watch champions. And also share team now the champions. The moment say that is so, but
we are there.
There's always something that I always see that cup competitions are deceptive. Obi oje cup competitions no. And kyerɛ sɛ ɔno na yɛ ade de ɔnyɛ ade obibia o.
Tournament.
Tournament
Gives emotions at the point.
So unya moment now take
here.
You win.
That doesn't mean
yes, it doesn't mean that if you are bad you win. It doesn't mean that like
okay,
that.
Yeah.
You have to be a good team to win. But somebody can be better than you. On the first our parts now also no. To say Barcelona baby omunami. Or share Newcastle. Or share Atletico possibly. Or share Arsenal. Na say or share Arsenal. Wabo Arsenal penny or sa Arsenal penny team waiting for say realistically Arsenal can beat them. But because Barca will build that momentum and they will go and then some decisions go in their favor and they win against Arsenal, they are in a final. But Madrid, City, Bayern, PSG, Liverpool.
What they achieve?
Who do final? You are good enough to win a Champions League, but the teams that you meet, they will reduce your strength. You have to be so good to be there. But this Chelsea team, wow, you don't have consistency. You don't have stability in the team. Look at the back line. Look at the minimum.
Chaloba no desire. This
guy. It's so funny. The first number Champions League knockout tie. Chelsea.
I see. I have this time. Okay, sorry.
The Neto guy. Up to now, minimum so a left winger.
Portugal for right
wing.
Yeah,
sometimes about left wing. Sometimes about right wing.
I'm prepared.
Say I'm prepared. I know when regimes. So a midfielder, so a defender. So regimes a midfielder, so a defender.
So yeah, I was prepared. Charlie, to make up of national.
So see. Yes, they have and you see on paper they have a very very good squad.
Good names.
Like the names in some positions.
They have good squad for good names.
They have good names. Oh
yeah. Kopama.
Oh, I can't name that.
Yes.
Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia.
As a team,
Enzo.
They are so inexperienced. Inexperienced. And I say. Giddy oh.
Now media is a very celebrity friend. I say Cries. About what they are 90%. Babo manga say negative 3.
So a lesson to them. Football is, I mean, and you see some areas of the field, you know. It's not about GS, it's not about goals, assists, and like I said, what she say, and Enzo what she say, and a Palmer she say. The engine room is the midfield. It's the Okoshia will be in the midfield, no. Vitinha, Charlie, yesterday. The guy is a baller.
Bobo.
Charlie, will be like, the ball.
Oh, the ball pretty fast. Say, fast Jai. No, I can't green chain. I can't green chain. But boy, the one now, one there. No credit. Boy, the one now. See, so I see. Oh, what can win? Speed, no, the massa. They have a control game with taking issues, you know.
Pedri is elegant, like F. The calmness of the ball.
Boy, you're rigid, better wah. Boy, no, flexible. Boy, basketball and ball.
With me possible, how? Which one, you know?
Hey, how good almost sit here. I don't know, say, no, final Inter Milan. Or shall I say, we're actually. Oh, no, oh, piano, boy, I say, I drew on the wall. Was that? Boy, no more. Over trouble with you, Nessie. And
to say, baby, or like level no. And say, be because he's outrightly the best. Level now was see, you know, he's like, if I'm ranking, he's the number one. I'm telling you.
Boy,
now, Vitinha is good.
Boy, no.
Sometimes you have to accept the fact.
He's
good.
Not you. As some American Pedro watching us in bottom 3 times. Watch Pedro Russian bottom 3 times. Euros or Chinese in Mutu, Mushai. Euros, you know. Oh, this is how much Chinese. Moving for Chobas. Hey, Pedro Films is the 5th minute. Debut. Oh, Films is the 5th minute. Who is that for? Let's go up bank in a film. Obobo ka be bo team na be na free.
Spain go back on.
Your machine.
Da bi tie.
Don't share.
On be share on sa team shemboto.
No, first half no e ball. Second
O
half no.
team shemboto. Ono na tie o share o be chew.
Second half no.
Ye fifi o che ye kiewu.
But it's too much. It's too much.
But you see, Chelsea fans empese on beti no kre. But no kre bi wa the hardest truth. Beti. The reason why I'm Enzo Maresca me gene this is ni tum say opesa okono one thing. You see, the unrealistic thing na Chelsea project and expected from coaches, you know. I'm making one minute, I say. Hey, Chelsea project we. Any performance na Liam Rosenior the ban. No one trust me. The results na Chelsea for and Liam Rosenior the ban compared to project na no one. This kind of results na between about when you say this kind of Chelsea team and this kind of project. Nipa no more omu project we looking an extraordinary project was Enzo Maresca. Trust me. Enzo Maresca pe. And then the GDA be a Chelsea for him say. My catch from a fact, for me, that is what I think. And I'll base it on data, American data, and data on the better. Enzo Maresca pe. And they did this hope, and Chelsea and Chelsea fans. Say now, with this material and this project, we can compete for every trophy. Until you do be a reality hitting no. And I'll start demanding for a materials or no free service man competing for the trophies. This project and the managerial the management of Chelsea for demanding from him. No? Because me with this project, we even can't coach on competing for UEFA Champions League and me competing for the league. Trust me, players we can compete very basic. You can play to Chelsea standard in league. Say be a top for betimabo. Chelsea standard in UEFA Champions League. Say be a maybe we could do round of 16. To this project, sanity because more players now come ball particularly. That two center back no. More compete for UEFA Champions League no. One obetimi kwanya bench craft na one more obetimi nya squad rotation abubi. Mamadou Sarr in Chaloba. Okwason omebo ana. Obason omebo mi no okwason omebo. Wan ekore Real Madrid team no bebo. Wan ekọ Barcelona team no bebo. Bayern Munich team wan bebo. Omunya bim. Wan ebo mutu. Jaro ha to metima kase bia Chelsea 2 there. We James won available ko team ebrebe ma obebo. But enra wan the boy. Jaro ha to han fa na ko obebo 2 no. Kuhiera ko many teams are Real Madrid come starting ahead of Alvaro Carreras.
Solid, yeah. Agreed.
Oko Barcelona, I'll start him ahead of Bardi. Oko we are maybe Bayern Munich starting ahead of Alphonso Davies now.
Now I think the web no man match now. Nuno
Mendes. So what do I say? You can talk about Moses Caicedo performance. You can talk about Enzo. You can talk about Andre Santos, maybe that standard now between but Kupama solid. But this season on Mount 24, or my name one of them, I can't about on guest no. Zuku Alessandro Garnacho Zuku Pedro Neto, Miami asset, Portugal asset, Nansen Zuku. Or many more the other body papa go Jao Pedro. Mutu ba Lem de la Johnsina. Ba ye and you can testify this and I can say almost squad way and your squad you can use to compete. Say the open. Maybe you can talk say the margin now Paris Saint-Germain shop on the day. Anyhow omudi me na any we are so for do or say to say.
But I'm supposed to be on TikTok go. Just for no. I think we 90 minutes and then
I was it a lot has changed. They were home advantage with the home disadvantage. That's so much. And you see the reality on ground. The Chelsea project it needs time.
Okay,
trust me. Players in the A players are more much potential. I'm a GDA piece. So much man Liam Rosenior. Yes, maybe 2 or 3 years. Obey to develop this kind of team. Set away Strasbourg. A team the chance for competing. But now in facing reality, this squad and any squad they competing for the UEFA Champions League and League. Baby or Montano, any baby UEFA Champions League film compared to projects and one on. Ntoko bi NC sanity.
They deserve it.
They deserve it.
Okay, Blues. That's why you deserve it.
They me immune.
We'll see you. We'll see you next time, man. All the best.
But Bordeaux ambassador man kasa.
Hey.
Say me statement ba Bordeaux mo board mo ambassador. Ma me show mo nya hanu ade. If I minya GD me team Bordeaux Glemton. But you see, we need to applaud them. She's still not sending mountain. Because with this kind of performance of the PM this season or the UEFA Champions League, you can talk about say a question of 5 day, but you won't even discredit the kind of performance on the day on the bar. But we reality on grounds. Who do this kind of situation? You need experience.
I don't know. I want to upload the sports.
Maybe
That should be 5-0.
Maybe in this kind of situation, Mudro
experience
at the point here experience and on the day Sporting football in the game give you at a good perform kudos to Sporting team no and now want some team over tennis scores say and now man for pina say Sporting ye we over tennis score we as na show mu nyina as well
yeah oh say sometimes champions one team
shock back home
but I think the Sporting fast as lot we Johnny see you Johnny
all right the Mark Press